Okay, so first we'll start with a warm-up that we can do together. It's about 5 minutes long. Basically, we're just going to pick dynamic movements and do that 50-10s. 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Start to get our heart rate up, start to get blood flowing to all our joints and extremities, all that fun stuff. Warming up is really important, so don't skip it, okay? Okay, you probably can't hear my cues as far as
Crank
stop
it
and
in
go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So we're just going to start with a nice neutral squat. We're just going to squat it down and back up. Make sure that the weight is in the heel of our foot and that our low back is not arched or hyperextended or anything like that. So my knees are staying nice in line with my feet, and that my feet, the weight of my foot is not over my toes.
Halfway.
Okay, so just getting nice and warmed up. So work within your range of motion. If you can't go all the way down, that's not a problem. We can just go like a quarter squat. We're getting those hip flexors, glutes, backs of the legs, fronts of the legs, everything nice and warmed up. Just some dynamic movements. Think of sitting in a chair, sit that butt back. You should not be feeling pressure in your knees. If you're feeling pressure in your joints as you do any of these, stop. This is for muscles there. If you're feeling it in your knees and any of your joints, we need to reevaluate.
One round down.
Form.
Go.
All right, so next we're going to do is just go across the body, twist through that torso, elbow to knee. We're using those lower abdominals and those quads to lift that leg up as we go side to side. And we're going to have a nice twist through our torso. Good, and good breathing as we do it.
Halfway.
Couple seconds left here.
Stop.
All right, and rest if you didn't hear that. Let's do a nice side stance. Toes are pointing forward, equal distance. Both the toes are nice and forward. You don't have one point to the side or vice versa.
2
We're going
rounds
to do,
down.
it's called windmills, okay? So reach from side to side, okay? So when I reach down, my knee is staying behind that toe. Weight is in the heel, sitting that butt back. We are not forward of that weight, putting that knee in front of that toe, because again, that's going to cause pressure in your knee, and you're going to feel it in your joints. Again, if you're feeling it like a bad joint pain in your knees or in any other joints, we need to reposition. This should be for muscles. You should feel this in your glutes, your hip flexors. We got our arms involved in it.
Stop.
Good, and rest. All right, next thing we're going to do is just going to be a hip hinge. We're going to go, arms are coming
3
straight up
rounds
from
down. Go.
the shoulders, or thumbs pointed up. We're going to hinge forward from the hips. So we're coming down with a nice flat back, and we're really sitting that butt back, hinging from that hips. Weight is in the heel. My tiptoes could come off the ground right now, and it wouldn't matter. Okay, what it looks like from the side, right here. We're just warming up those hip flexors.
Halfway.
Good. Making sure that we're keeping those thumbs pointing up and that they're staying straight out from our shoulders. As we get tired, we want to move those arms back. That's not what we're doing. Keep those arms nice and out. Good. We are just about there.
Stop.
Good. And release. Okay. Last one we're going to do is a split stance lunge. And we're going to
4
go
rounds
halfway
down.
and switch
Go.
legs. So we're dropping that back knee and coming up. So we're going to make sure that that front foot, when I lunge down, that that knee is not coming past the toe, and that the weight of all of that front leg is in the heel of that front. So we shouldn't be tiptoe on it, okay? Shoulders are square above those hip bones, and we're just lunging down. From the side, it looks like this, dropping that back knee and coming back up. So he said halfway, make sure to switch. Halfway, same thing. Make sure that your stance is wide enough. What's going to happen is that if your stance isn't wide enough as you come down, bad example here, you're going to be lunging forward like that. That's a no-no. Keep that knee back. Widen that stance down. So we should be feeling a nice stretch in the leg that's back, and that quad, and in that hip. Okay. All right. So then that's the warm-up. Again, you can do that warm-up with before any exercise sequence that you do. You can sub out any exercise.
5 rounds
You
down.
can take the exercises up a notch if you wanted to add some high knees or something to get your heart rate up in there. You definitely could as well. That's all I have for the warm-up.